center.
We are live from Cambridge, Massachusetts, the capital city of the internet, and boy, I'm hopping bad today. My name is Dr. Jeffrey Lant. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Worldprofit at www.worldprofit.com. That's WORLDPROFIT.com. You can go into any search engine and check us out. We are big. We've been doing this for over 20 years here. This is the longest running live program on the internet. I'm going to be dragging people in here so we can hear some other opinions. I'm joined today by my colleague and friend Gary Smith, who's learning the ins and outs of when to talk for this program and when not. It's always good to hear you, Gary. It's always good to clap you. What do you got to say for yourself today about anything in particular before? We're going to mouth off a good deal today because Boston Globe, our leading newspaper, is packed with things. They're just making me see red. Speak up.
Yes, and some of them we've already discussed, and I agree with you wholeheartedly that we are run by a bunch of idiots.
Oh, good. The idiot party for sure. Today, as in every day, we're at worldprofit.com, and with Anything Goes is the longest running live webcast of its kind in the entire world. Nobody touches us for time. We just keep chugging along, talking about the important stuff. And it is important. Whatever we're talking about is, by its very definition, helpful and timely and important. We're going to be talking about how Worldprofit can help you. We're going to be talking about why you don't accept help. People, if you're sitting out there all by your lonesome and you're not making money, you are the textbook perfect definition of dumb. If you think that you're going to be able to pull this off by yourself at this point, oh, God help you, we're going to help you out. If you get all your feathers get fluffy, you get your knickers in a twist, hold back, we're probably going to offend you, which means we're doing our job. If you're sitting there just saying, I agree, we're probably not hitting topics that are with any feeling. I'm going to start with a topic that I find absolutely amazing, and that is Facebook. Facebook, and I've got to, for the sake of the hometown boys, it was invented here in Cambridge, of course. Cambridge is the capital city of the internet. People are now feeling inferior because their friends' Facebook pages are more interesting and more beautiful and more wonderful and more intellectual than theirs are. They're all feeling like, because they're not as smart as their friends, and their friends will probably drop them any minute now. And this is all because of a fake write-up. It seems to me that we could have expected, Gary, that people on Facebook were going to lie. They lie about everything else. Why shouldn't they lie on Facebook? They're going to print pictures which are 10 years old, and bodies which are svelte and not fat, and the dog even loves them, doesn't run away. Does this surprise you at all that people now are reporting to psychologists, and there are major studies from the government to make sure that we're all happy on Facebook, and that there's nobody who's making you feel inferior? What do you think about that? Is this the dumbest waste of money? Now we got so much money after all that we could just put this garbage in the paper.
It just makes me laugh, actually. I can't help myself, but
you're a cruel person. If you weren't so cruel, if you hadn't had your Facebook page doctored, I used to think you were a nice guy, but now I feel sorry for you because, you look so good in those pictures, Gary. I don't know what to say.
Yes, exactly.
Well, do you feel sorry for people who are coming out of this with their egos crushed because their friend looks better than their friend Molly looks better than, oh, you're doing better than I ever was.
Yeah, until I meet them in person. Huh?
That's always the very good. Yes. Demand. Now, if there's anybody on Facebook, demand to meet before you have any deflationary things happen to you, make sure you ask to meet the person. Do not hesitate. And take a microscope, telescope, fine-tooth comb with you, a magnifying glass, so you really see them. Okay, I want to make sure that every one of you doesn't fall victim to the Facebook syndrome. I'm better looking, and I'm better smarter, and I went to Harvard and you didn't. Okay, are you going to do this? Are you going to now request that all the people meet you face to face? And how the hell are you going to get them up to Nova Scotia anyway?
That would prove to be a problem, but I think that there should be. Yeah, you could. That would be one of the ways, because we have that tool available here for us. That's for sure.
And people, you can always
send them
tell people's jerks and the heebie-jeebies that they go through when they're sitting there. I mean, you wouldn't even, you could just see them and demolish their reputation. Hi, Gary. My name is Jeff. I'm Kevin Bass, and want to come over with sauce? My mom was making sauce tonight. Once you got that statement out, you'd be saying that person would have no power on you whatsoever. You'd be fine. So I want to know something, guys. I'm wanting to ask you from this. Does anyone on Facebook have any power over you, or are you safe?
Oh, I would consider myself safe, because I don't use Facebook a lot on a personal level.
This is the kind of comments appeared in the New York Times about 6 months later when he said, and Mr. Smith, when asked by Dr. Rags during anything Bill said, I said, safe. Then the headline. Well, we're not going to go there. We're going to do the benefit of it now, right?
Yeah.
Do you think we should have anything more to say about Facebook and its ability to crush people's egos? I mean, it seems to me, first of all, I got to say this in all seriousness. Yes. Okay. Well, here's the thing about the pictures. The woman who was complaining about feeling beneath her friends. The picture of her makes her look like a monster. She looks like something right out of The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe. And I mean, why is she going to putting these pictures of herself on Facebook anyway? I mean, here's this seems to be the crux of the matter. If you're not Robert Redford Hansen, why put yourself in a position where you're putting something that isn't, it's going to make you look like a freak? Why do nothing? Why did it just do nothing? What do you think about that? This woman had the choice. She could have left her picture off and engendered widespread wonderment about her beauty estate, which makes her look like, yeah, like I said, like one of Edgar Allan Poe's pet ravens. Or she could have just foregone the whole exercise.
Yeah, exactly. And well, I mean, comb your hair before you get your picture taken, I guess.
This woman looks like she looks like in high school. During my high school years, the young woman had what we call rat's nests for hair. This woman has personally revived the rat's nest. And I don't feel under any obligation not to tell you the truth. Like, you look hideous. Let's see, Patrice is coming. You guys are all getting smart. You all knew I was going to hit the personal, so you all went to the business. Are you telling me, Patrice, that you don't have a personal photograph up there, a personal webpage? Is this true? Not only do I not go to Facebook, I mean, go on a Facebook page of my own, I don't go there to look either. They're usually trying. Okay, you guys are all clean, you've all got very clever. Okay, shall we move on to the governor and gubernatorial candidates? I can't wait to share this with the world. For those of you outside in the real world, Cambridge has been developing its international internet presence for a long time, and we were talking about a forum that Microsoft had last night, in which they invited 4 candidates for governor, 2 of which are so lowly in the polls that they don't even get out. They don't even get a free cup of water. Like they were invited, and they showed up, because they always do, because everyone had left. They were so, turn off, say whatever you have to say, turn off the lights and get home. Okay, Patrice's posted messages. I do have a personal page. That is where I found out I was already on Facebook tagged in other people's pictures. Whoa! That could happen to me too. I mean, many people are taking pictures of me with other people. I mean, I get these invitations all the time to join Facebook, but you know what? It says, you have 21 friends that posted messages with you. I go, that's really, that's a lot of bother. Who needs 21 friends, right? I need a couple of old photos where I have to they're fun to play with. And, you know, that's about it. Do you feel do you feel the need for new friends coming from Facebook? I mean, this is important. Are you going to feel inferior and unpopular if you don't have any Facebook friends? I mean, if that's the case, that must be loads for me about it, but I don't even know what it is.
Yes, I was just going to ask a question of who is my friend?
You know very well that I'm totally ignorant about these things and make it a point to do so. I mean, I am if there's such a thing as a Facebook version, it is me. No one has been as ignorant about Facebook as I have been, and it is going to stay that way. We want to welcome Alfred, Elise, and Robert Griffin to the program. It's now time to talk to both of these.
Yep.
6,000 people like no one likes me. 21 people like me. But Patrice, they really, really like me. They're not like you. They're not superficial friends. No, these are serious people. We want to talk to
Alfred and Robert.
Thank you. Alfred and Robert should be coming in and saying hello to us. We'd like to get them in here before we go on to talk about the embarrassment of having two major party candidates are completely clueless on any matter relating to technology. Anybody want to help us with Robert and Alfred? Robert and Alfred, if you don't communicate with us, this is an interactive site, we do take you down. You are listening to Anything Goes, which is our daily program. Boy, do we let it all hang out. But not as much as Martha Coakley and Charlie Baker. They really let it all hang out on the front page. Right in the middle of the front page of today's Boston Globe, the major newspaper for the United States. Here is the headline, and to me, this is excruciatingly, my flesh crawls when I read this. I'm so embarrassed for them and for the Commonwealth. Here we are, Cambridge, where they held the forum in Microsoft's center last night. 150 people held their noses and said, these people are dweebs, or worse. Charlie Baker talked about his favorite collaboration between Harvard and Massachusetts for Technology, but couldn't remember the name of it. Martha Coakley implied that describing a high-tech innovation as disruptive was a bad thing, even though startups wear the label at the badge of honor. These are but two examples of how the two major party candidates from Mexico government seem unable to connect Monday to an audience of about 150 members of the state's technology community at a gubernatorial forum. Baker and Coakley each often spoke in generalities, sidestep questions about employee non-compete agreements, a major hot-button issue of the tech sector, and left attendees craving substance. It was terrible, said Axel Scherer, the software architect at Cadence Design Systems in Chelmsford. They said nothing, just empty suits going blah, blah, blah. First of all, if this is the case, I'm now going to say this, go out on this link. If this is the case in Massachusetts, the leading technology state of the United States, what do you think it's like in Nova Scotia or Saskatchewan? What do you think about that? Do you think that people outside of Massachusetts are any less clueless? I think this is a generational problem. I think it's a problem that people who are not in technology know nothing about technology. And what really slays me is that having worked for United States Senator Edward Brooke, the only black Republican elected to the United States Senate since the Civil War, we used to brief him. Senator Brooke had amazing charisma, but he knew his squat about a whole bunch of things. But in the technology thing, you go to some people, you make up some phone calls and say, hey, candidate's going to be making a major policy address on technology. What's hot in the technology sector? Can you fax me or email me some thoughts that Charlie Baker can use tonight and make them meat and potato oriented, and also give me a list of what's really hot. Now, do you think that's too much to ask for a candidate, Mr. Smythe, or do you think that they're just so stupid that they don't even get that?
No, I mean, if they've got any hope of success whatsoever, I mean, you've got to have a team behind you. It is a team approach, because if you don't know it, somebody on your team better know it and brief you on it, just like you say.
this is what I used to do with Senator Brooke. If I had a map of my house in the senator was capable of remembering something for 10 minutes. That's an assumption on which we operate. And I would come up with, and this was pre-internet, folks, pre-fax, pre-everything, but we had Pony Express, and that's what we had. I would come up with little index cards and type messages on the index cards. And for example, I'd say, so here's the most controversial aspect of the high-tech community. This is the correct answer. This is what the side you're on. He can remember that for 10 minutes. He was absolutely, during those 10 minutes, you'd think God himself was going to do it. But after that, that was it. So my job was to feed him stuff that he would promptly use and even more promptly forget. And that was what I did. What do you think about that? Do you think this is a good thing, a bad thing? I think they needed this in their meeting last night. They desperately needed this.
Yes, it's not a thing out of the past, that's for sure. They all need it because having a mass of information at your fingertips is almost impossible unless you're very well read or whatever. So you've got to depend on the people that know what they're talking about too. And the questions do come up.
I think we can assume that these people are not going to be major players in the high-tech community, which is unfortunate. 67,000 people in Massachusetts are employed as high-tech. I get them out of the paper, and I make them sound like, oh, yes, Gary, 67,000 people all across the Commonwealth depend on, give them the old razzmatazz, but for God's sakes, get your basic facts down. Don't pretend that you know it yourself. If he'd gotten up and said, look, cats, I've been running for governor now for 2 solid years. I haven't been home. I haven't seen my wife, my children. I've forgotten their names. Even the dog doesn't know the hell I am. I'm sorry I don't know every issue, but I'll tell you one thing. I'll promise you this. You give me 5 names, 5 of your wizards, and I'll invite them to the State House. I'll sit down with them, and we'll get them started. 5 people from here will be on my commission. Even Marcia will look, I'll do this 8th grade. She will look well like ultra breed, which is what she is. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? Even if you knew absolutely friggin' nothing about the leading industry of the state, it seems to me that you would have some kind of one of the lines here. It's called the "I will go to Korea" line. And in the 1952 presidential election, Dwight David Eisenhower, who after all was not exactly a great speaker, his advisors said, you're not clicking with the public. They love you, but they don't understand you. He said, and then he gave a famous speech, I will go to Korea, which was implied to me that he was going to go stop the war. People got into that stuff. I think Baker should have brought up 5 people and said, guys, you willing to help the state of Massachusetts? You willing to help me help the state? And you are going to be helped. Here's my card. Here's my chief of staff. Deal with it. Now, do you think that would have been better? Let's get serious.
Oh, by far, yes, by far. Rather than stumbling over and not having an answer at all, invite the experts.
Absolutely, and that's another thing. When you go out and about and you're speaking, have experts. We say this every day. We say it to Bert. We say it to Robert. We say it to Matthew. We say it to all the people that are looking in the window. Stop trying to be the big cheese all by yourselves. One of the things that I have tried to do during my 20-year-plus administration, yikes, that scares even me. For the last 20 years, I've been chief executive officer of this company. How many times have you heard me say, Gary, chip in on this on me. Members of the community, chip in on this with me. Be part of it. How many of you have heard me say over and over again, and for a good reason, I'm not going to take the heat on any decision all by myself. I'm not a fool. If I'm going to be shot, I'm taking you all with me. Yes, that's right. We're going to have a big family gathering right there at the OK Corps. What do you think about that? Have you ever heard me bring in people and say, talk to me, talk to this guy. Let's do it together. Come on, let's reason together. Have you ever heard me say that?
Many, many times, and it just signifies, that we are a team, eh? And with a lot track record. So, I mean, why not depend on that team to help you along the way?
See, I'd like to know with Bert and Robert and Matthew, I'd like to know who's helping you. Boys, who's helping you make money? And then I'm going to tell you who's helping our people. Bert, anybody helping you make money? Robert, Matthew? I'm going to now go out on a limb with this. I'm going to bet that they don't have any tech support team. They don't have a tech team. They don't have any team advising them about how to grow lists. They don't have any team advising them on content, on closing deals. In other words, all the chief issues, they're just like these dum-dums here in the paper. Nobody's helping these people, and it shows. John, Bert, Robert, Matthew, would you speak to me here? We are in a position where I can help you. Robert Griffin says. No one particularly just... Okay, Robert Griffin, you're a good boy here. Now listen to me now. It'll be worth your while. I'm going to tell you, and I'm pretty sure that I'm going to be right, that nobody is helping you build lists, right? The business lists are the most important things in your whole business. If your house was to burn down, you'd be a new house, but if your list was to disappear, oh my God. Bert, Matthew, who's helping you create lists? Not to no one. When you come into Worldprofit, we've got a genius named George Kosh. He helps you build lists. The list is the business is the list. You guys have no help. Now let's see if that's going to turn out. Would you like to join our community now and get help? Would you like to get free 24-hour-a-day help? Robert Griffin says, I have been studying on how to build. You've been studying? We do it every day. We don't study it. We are done. We're doing it. Now, are you ready to have lists built? Not studying about it, but do it? You ready? What about you?
Hands-on approach.
What about you, Matthew? See, here we go on this amazing thing. We have 3 people up here, 4 or 5 people up here now, who need our help desperately. Now, here's what Matthew says. I'm new to all this. I don't want to waste your time. I don't have it. See, now, you're throwing a roadblock in the stream before you even hear what I've got to say. Now, folks, you know me. I'm one of the few candid multi-millionaires you're ever going to meet in your life. And I have never seen a problem in 20 years at Worldprofit as your CEO that I couldn't solve with the help of George and Sandy and Gary Smith and Patrice Porter and all the good people at Worldprofit. There's not a problem that I have seen in 20 years I could solve. So what does Matthew do? I don't have any money. Matthew, babe, listen to me. You're dying out there. Nobody's helping you. Until you start getting help, start getting back on the track, you're a dead duck. Gary, would you care to tell him this? We got Robert Griffin here. Matthew doesn't know up and down. Let's help him out.
It's a continual outflow of money unless you learn to do it the proper way. Because you'll just continually spend, trying to get the secret. And it's just a given fact that it's not going to happen.
Well, here's what I'm going to do.
You have to work with the team.
George is going to wallop me. I am going to give 100 customers off my personal list to Bert, Robert, Matthew, any other people who boarded during this program today. In other words, we're going to solve your problem. Robert, you've been here 3 times. The other 2 guys, this is our first visit. So you have a sense, Robert, of what we do. Are you ready to join this community? The cost is $99.95. We're going to raise you out. You know what we're going to do here? I'm going to make this real easy. I'm going to ask Gary Smith. He has such mellifluous tones. I'm going to ask him to read the offer. It's worth $2,000. And again, here we are with George Kosh himself, pointing out another gizmo that he's invented. I want Gary Smith to read the offer. It's going to take about 2 minutes, not long. I want you guys to listen to it, and we're going to sweeten the pie. And you are going to tell us all right on the screen if you are going to commit suicide today, or if you're going to take the step and it's going to make money. Gary, why don't you read it to me?
Okay. You say you finished our silver membership presentation video. Great. Then you know the awesome offer we got if you order in the next 10 minutes. You'll get that $1,500 bonus offer made in the video. Plus, you can e-blast any website or offer to 90,000 of your subscribers every month. You get over 500 landing pages and over 1,500 real traffic sources. Also, our monitors will start closing the sales for you today without ever charging you anything. Finally, your commission earnings are from 20 to 100%. This offer is made once and once only to you, but there's still more. It's important that you place your order within 5 minutes, and we will place 50 members under you immediately. These hot leads are free members just like you. When you upgrade to your silver membership, you get these 50 people placed directly under you. Sign them into your program, or if they upgrade here, you get the commission. Click on the red Order Now button to get started, placing your order now. No contract, no obligation. All services backed by Worldprofit's ironclad guarantee of support and service. If you upgrade to a silver membership now, you also get over 500 landing pages, over 1,500 real traffic sources, sales closing 24 hours a day, over 100 training lessons, 50 members placed under you now, e-blast to 90,000 per month, over 100,000 ad credits per month, 3 Facebook marketing courses on how to generate thousands of leads using Facebook marketing tactics. Remember, you can use these resources to generate leads and traffic for any business. Upgrade to your silver membership now, and you can be on your way to earning consistent income. Your package includes traffic, leads, trusted advertising sources, a comprehensive online training program, plus sales closing assistance 24 hours a day, 7 days of the week. No other company offers you this. Worldprofit's ironclad backing is based on our 20 years in business. Upgrade to silver membership now to receive the bonus offer with all privileges and exclusive freebies.
In addition, you're going to get 700,000 SEO submissions, and the first person whose order is in, which looks like Bert, will get 100 customers from my list. Folks, this is a one-time only offer. I'm making you the best version of that offer that there is. Bert, are you ready to accept membership in this community? And Robert, of course, disappeared. I mean, he doesn't have any help, so of course he disappears. So we're trying to help him. And Matthew, are you ready to join us now? We just heard the offer. Bert, you are in a position to get the best offer, and that includes 100 customers. You're already on the order form. Finish it off. It's the best offer that there is. And remember, you will never work alone in this company, which is why we are so astonished when someone tries to pull off working alone when they haven't got a clue of how the thing works. Matthew and Bert, are you accepting our offer? You have 7 minutes in which to do so. I declare the 7 minutes to be at the beginning now.
30 minutes past the hour.
Okay,
Yes,
Matthew, would you like us to help you? Would you like us to help you, Matthew, or would you like to go down firing and that's the end of it, you'll be doomed? I can help save your life, or you can jump off a cliff on your own. What do you want to do? Your problem doesn't even raise to the eminence of the problem. And Bert, are you placing an order? Well, because Matthew, I help people all day long. I'm not like you. You're a guy that throws in the towel without even trying. I'm a guy that sees the water glass is half full, not half empty. And on that basis, I've helped millions of people around the world, and they're grateful. It made me a very wealthy man. You're not wealthy. You're not a problem solver either. Get to connect the dots. If you will be willing to work with me right now, I'll solve your problem for you. Bert, I need an answer. Are you joining us or are you just dickering around? I'm ready, willing, and able to solve Matthew's problems.
I don't think Bert is even listening to us. He hasn't
Bert,
responded.
if you're not listening, then we're going to dump you off this page. Okay, you busted your ass your whole life and you're broke. Doesn't it make you sick? It doesn't make you wonder where you went wrong? I'm not broke. I've made more deals than you could shake a stick at in my life. Now, you want to get out of the hole that you're in? Work with me now. And Bert, if you have half a brain and you're listening, then show us evidence that you've got it. You know, all these people who have worked their hard their whole life and ended up with nothing, they're not smart. Okay, here's what I'm going to need from you. Number one, where do you live? What town, city, or state are you in? Where do you live? And Bert, you are clearly a deadbeat. You know what? Get rid of Bert. Just use your powers and wipe him off. You live in Lake Havasu, Arizona. Okay, you're on Mountain Time. It is now 11:30 essentially, right? About 11:30 where you are. Right? 10:30, even better. I'm going to give you until 5 o'clock. Gary, for your I'm going to give you until 5 o'clock your local time. Come up with a payment of $99.95. Come back here to the Live Business Center. Place your order by 5 o'clock the local time today. Now, if you do, I'll give you the complete $2,000 offer plus 100 customers. That's if you're back by 5 your local time. If you say you can't handle that, you can't do it by 5, I'll give you till midnight your local time. But here's the catch. I'll take the 100 customers away from you. So you act now, you get the best deal we ever have, and you're on your way to making money. And with our assistance, remember, you get all the goodies that we talked about. And you'll get the 100 customers. But if you can't do it, you have until midnight. So your operative times are 5 p.m. your local time, 12 midnight your local time. If you come back earlier, you get more. If you come later, you get less. It's a very simple proposition. He who is the better closer and deal maker gets the most. If you accept my terms, and he's gone. Boy, you see, these boys basically hold up a sign that says, I am an idiot. What do you expect? Comment, Mr. Smile.
Yep, it's it's kind of a no-brainer. You know, if you got a desire to start making some money on the internet, you got to use a little initiative and think outside the box. Come up with that money, because you're not going to do it on your own. That's for sure.
All you guys are so sweet and contemporary. I personally believe that I have a better view inside their heads than anyone. I know what they want to do. He basically said, I've worked hard. This is what he believes. This is his mythology. He believes that he has worked hard his whole life and that there's been a conspiracy against him. It's been women or gays or priests or sand dune or tourists or whatever it is. Somebody's been against him his whole life. He comes up and now he can't. He's poor. His agent is probably not very healthy. He has bad habits. Now the whole thing is starting to fit into place. He's angry. He's so angry. You know what? I'm angry at him too. I'll tell you why I'm angry at him, not for him. Because I think he's a lazy so-and-so. He's probably tried to slap by his whole life. You can't make a rule. You can't make a life about that. You certainly can't build a life. Right? Mm-hmm. So he doesn't want to get too close to me because I am Barry Mason and I am going to find out. There's not a damn thing he can do about it except to stay. You believe the mythology. I do not. I believe it's sloth, laziness, pure and simple. Questions, comments? We've got Miguel Duran coming in. Miguel, say hello to us. We've got Claude, who's been here 18 times and taken no action. We want to hear from Miguel and Claude.
Yep, it's probably a more accurate statement that you're making than what I just feel that if you have a desire for something, you will find some way around the problem. That's for sure.
You see, this is because you have got, there are many definitions of desire. Is he a desire 1, which means hardly at all, or 10, which means totally obsessive? What kind of desire are you talking about? Of course he desires success. Of course he desires it. But not to the point of actually doing anything about it. If I said to him, here, you have $10 if you walk across the room, get off your fat ass on that chair, walk across the room, there's $10 on the table for you to do it. And, oh, I can't do it now. Oh, I'm so tired. The boss keeps working and we work. And he wouldn't pick up a $10 bill if it was next to his shoes on the floor. It's root and branch laziness. And we have bred this into our people in this country. This is our legacy to the world. We took a wonderful place and we destroyed it by giving people just enough so that they could be lazy for the rest of their lives. What kind of stupidity was this? If people have to plant their corn and harvest their corn, maybe they'll have corn. In our country, they'll have a protest group. Where's our corn? I gotta say this to my Canadian friends, because I'm an unrepresented Canadian. I bet you never thought in your wildest dreams that whatever the hell you said about America, an American would outshout you by 100,000 times. People go, my God, I was only going to make a few quips about whatever you quip about in Nova Scotia, quippery. I am telling it like it is from living in this country for 68 years. What do you think of that? Did you ever hear an American go at it so honestly and with such integrity and such care and concern? I doubt it.
No.
For all you Canadians, give over the idea that you're going to say a couple of chippery remarks and that's going to be it. Come over here and I'll tell you the whole story. Right from the beginning. We're waiting to hear from Miguel Duran, Claude Oculi. Gentlemen, we're waiting to hear from you. This is the point. They don't want to get past their excuses. The excuses are heaven sent. Do you know how many people are on SSI of some kind or other? And they're perfectly okay. They're not broken down. They do the hoochie coochie at home every night. But the bottom line is, it's not convenient for them if the truth be known. Right? They would actually have to go out and do something. Is this true? We have these scandals in Massachusetts constantly in the public sector about firemen who, we had a notorious case last year. The fireman was the winner of a male masculinity pageant, but he was on total disability. Well, you know what? Those statements don't really matter. They don't really impact people.
And now we got Calvin Garns in here too.
Good day, Calvin. Come and say hello to us. Claude Ockley. Miguel. Miguel is going to be removed in 2 minutes. Miguel, 2 minutes for you, and then you'll be removed. Oh,
yes, it is an interactive
I've got to
site.
tell you this. Someone showed up at the front door, and I don't know. I wouldn't let him in. But he wanted me. This is the beginning of the book, my book folder. I said, they were busy on the internet, he should have gone on the site. So maybe one of these people has been at the front door. bugs me. I'm gonna hire Gary and Patrice's cars. What guys want to snazzy costume or what? Or a big uniform?
Yeah, can we do it long distance?
Certainly not. Only the thugs come in my door, they're not long distance, they're near distance.
No, but we could set up a webcam down at the door, eh?
Well, we're going to have to, because we can't, I just can't have people say, you're reading a book, and I say, it's so interesting, and I just see it. No, you don't. You absolutely didn't. It's not a recording. While we're waiting for somebody to say something intelligent, which could be any year now, in chapter 7, I'm going to deal with, of course, the development of this marvelous space that I had worked on. But I want to talk about, what did I want to say here? About how you seize opportunities. If Claude would say to me, or any one of those fellows would say, I've been looking for an opportunity and I found a great one and here's what it works. You just yours measure up. Oh, God, I could chew Indian for a week. Because of course our opportunity doesn't measure up. It's superior. So one of the things you've got to do I'm writing about is capture the moment, the opportunity. There's so many people who come in here don't grasp the fact that business moves at its own speed. It doesn't move at your speed. If you're trying to impose your bad habits on business, you're not going to make a penny. You want to speak to that, you guys, before I go on?
No, and that's one of the things that you learn here is how to, well, number one is George and Sandy are both always hammering schedule. Have your list of things that you have to do on a daily basis to achieve success. So, and Claude and Calvin, and then do them. Yes, that is the key.
So I am going to read you from this chapter, which is now underway. And for them that don't know it, I am working on my autobiography, which has been a thrill and gives me the opportunity to nip any number of things in the bud if we're lucky. Okay, I'm going to read to you about the craziness of Cambridge, which you now know has all these different companies, Fortune 500 companies, and the internet. This is the most wired city in the whole world. And we got to be that way because when Palo Alto started to stumble, we were so happy. It was California's too much time at the new beaches, not enough time tending to business. Not our problem. This is when I was looking, I'll just read. This section of this chapter is called Spatial History. It's just a few paragraphs long, so I'm going to read it to you. I first saw this space on a Friday afternoon and wanted it at once. I had been looking for a condominium or townhouse for some time, primarily, though not exclusively, in Cambridge. My search was long, arduous, often depressing, genuinely disappointing, always returning to Harvard Square and the great university just across the street. But there always was a trade-off. Leave Cambridge and either find or build just what I wanted, or remain in Cambridge and make the best of the problems that were endemic in such a place. There was, however, the matter of the books I wanted to write. Writers, particularly nonfiction writers of my type, need easy access to libraries and data repositories. And for that, no place was better than Harvard and its lavish collections, headed by the Widener Library just 3 blocks away, where I had written my first book, Insubstantial Pageant, Ceremony, and Confusion of Crematories Court, 7 long, meticulous years in the making. The place I found to live in which I purchased a Monday morning after the anxious weekend I thought I might get away, was but a 5-minute walk to Widener. It was large by Eastern standards, spacious, quiet, and something modern architects have forgotten: closets. All this, however, came with a problem that matched, even overshadowed every benefit. It was a rent control unit, thus subject to the unique torture that was peculiarly Cambridge, per the law that had only just recently gone into effect. I might own the unit, but I, the owner, could not live in it. No, I'm not kidding. People of the kind of these commissars of the People's Republic. Never mind taking from A to give to B, all for the very best and most noble of ideas. Robbing Peter to pay Paul has always been a useful tool in the liberal stock and trade. Thus, for many years, I lived in the shadow created by do-gooders who never met a harebrained idea and didn't fancy in the door. I took an active part in the Massachusetts statewide referendum in November 1994, which was instrumental in abolishing control and swiftly raised Cambridge real estate prices to record levels. My gamble had paid off. Now I could live just a few minutes from one of the most important libraries on earth, except for one thing. I haven't been inside Widener for over 20 years now. 20 years during which I wrote 20 books, including one bestseller after another. During this period of its multivarious history, the not yet Blue Room was the center of a unique money-making machine that transformed lives, millions of lives worldwide. It was a thrilling place to be, to imagine, to create, and it proved a point of business that cannot be stated and emphasized over and over again. When you find yourself in the right place at the right time, work overtime to make money. For the force is not always with you. When it is, embrace it, for it is a supremely valuable gift. And this is the problem with people coming here. They are clueless on timing issues. They don't know what to do, how to do it, when to do it. They have no advisors of any quality whatsoever. And here they sit, not yet part of our community, and yet with none of the advantages that we offer. Calvin and Claude, we'd like to hear from you and know, what are you thinking of? Or are you just not thinking at all? Gary, it is absolutely astonishing. Here are people who are just not going to make a penny on the internet. You waste everybody's time pretending that they are, but they're clueless.
Yeah, that's not a good way to start, is ignoring an invite to discuss your problem. Calvin and Claude, all you have to do is say hello and say that you're listening and whatnot, and we can come up with a solution. Get you started earning an income.
I gotta tell you, after looking at these guys, and they sit there like an insect on the wall, I don't really want to help them. I already know how the whole thing works. I don't need to help them to feel fulfilled. I'm not sitting there waiting to be the next performance nightmare. Once I identified that most of these people are clueless and desire to remain clueless, my interest level waned to next to nothing. Why help people who will do nothing to help themselves? Absolutely nothing. You got a response to that, liberal?
Not even say hello. You know, absolutely nothing. You're right.
Absolutely a scandal. Bad manners, bad business, can't make any money from it. Can't solve the problem themselves and won't ask for help from anybody else. This is tailor-made for complete and total disaster. Now, what I propose to do is kick them all out. Just...
Okay, Claude, Calvin, last chance. Say hello or say goodbye.
You liberals can't resist the last chance. Just in case they miss the 47
one more.
Hails. Just one more. Come on, just make it even 50.
Okay, Calvin, Claude, come back.
This guy's giving you the immortal finger, and I'm not going to tell you which one that is or which hand it shines on. I'm going to let you think of it. They are not here to help themselves or anyone else in the world. Now they'll be coming in now, Squawk, you wouldn't get rid of me because you didn't talk, you didn't respond, you didn't interact, you didn't do anything.
Yep. And there's still 52 people sitting out there looking in the window at us, too. They probably say, well, we don't want to go in there because if we don't talk, they're going to kick us out anyway. So.
Oh, that's right. We will. You're right about that.
So, folks, if you have a desire to earn an income on the internet, want to find out how to do it, simply come on in to the Live Business Center. You do that by filling out that short form that's in front of you. Come on in, but say hello when you get here. Yes, a very apt remark, George. Potted plants. And not only that, they'll come in, they'll do they'll look at the lessons in the boot camp and say, that's very good. Now, how come I'm not making any money? Because you didn't do what was told you. You didn't follow the instructions. And that's what happens.
Yeah, I call you liberals. I call you optimists. Yeah, that's right. You are an optimist. I have come to the conclusion a long time ago that the average person finds the whole business of success demoralizing because they can't compete. Therefore, they take themselves out of the running at a very early age. Champs fail, get up, and do better. These people fail, fall, and stay glued to the ground. And they're happy about doing it. This is the paradox. They're happy that they failed because now they don't have to compete. Competition is a hassle, Gary. You always have to do your best. What if your best is subnormal? And they don't want to do any better. But then?
Yeah. But they will be back. We know that.
It's too bad, but it's true.
Yeah. John Allen, welcome to Worldprofit's Live Business Center, John. Come on down and say hello. Just type a hi or hello into the chat bar there. Let me know you can hear me. You come in the middle of, or just wrapping up the Anything Goes session for today. Calling John Allen. John Allen.
Noted my corrections there. All right, so let's bring up Patrice for some final words. Patrice, face the music. Liberal.
Okay.
And it's my privilege to introduce you Patrice Porter.
Good day,
What's she going to
Dr.
say
Lant.
today?
Good day, Dr. Lant, and all our members and guests looking in, and a very interesting program again. And I liked the beginning of Chapter 7 there. Very interesting. I love these glimpses into your life that you give to us.
How clueless they are.
Yeah, and not seizing the moment. That has been the biggest thing with me, is that when I see people coming into Worldprofit and they're just not realizing what's here. So how do you get them to realize what's happening here? And I guess
telling
the first
you,
step,
they don't want to know. This is where you're assuming that you're giving them the benefit of the doubt. I'll give them no benefit of the doubt. When Mary Staten comes in here 5 times, she doesn't talk to us. She doesn't make any attempt to establish it. She values us as human beings, much less human beings who are trying to be helpful. And there she sits. And she wonders why she's not making money on the net. If I were deaf, dumb, blind, and tied to the bedpost, I could tell her why.
There's
Mary. You've been here 5 times. You've never watched our video. And are you making any money on the net? Tell the truth. Are you making any money, or is you just hoping, wishing and hoping to make money? And why have you come 5 times and not joined the one community that exists in the world that will solve your problem? Why is that, Mary? And for the record, everything that Mary says is on the record and is gone. You need to be sent all over the world. Well, on today's Anything Goes program, as it always is.
And the YouTube channels, Patrice Porter, you can catch the replay. Or the earlier programs on the Pat Porter channel, and also check out the Worldprofit Tube. The replays will be put up there too, and that's at www.worldprofittube.com. And if you want to see an example of the business I've built here at Worldprofit, you can go to my Home Business Central at www.20waystoprofit.com.
Kato Vold.
And with that, I'll step down, and I'll be up for the next hour. And remember, Anything Goes happens every day at 1 p.m. Eastern. Bye for now.
That was Patrice Porter up in northern Saskatchewan. We're going to have a few last words here from Gary Smith over in Nova Scotia, and then a few words from me as we end today's Anything Goes program. Well, as usual, you and Patrice always want to believe the best of these people, even though when they spit in your face, you still say, but it could have been much worse. It could have spit twice. Which, of course, is true, but which is really not a great argument.
No, I guess I still got a soft spot for some people. I think people just need a little direction. You see, John listened to us finally and went into the video. That's the first step, eh? And Mary did too. Yeah, and Cato, that would be your first step also. We can't help you, if you don't cooperate. And I guess that's the whole theme of today's program is people don't want to help themselves. They'd rather have it handed to them on a silver plate.
Including candidates for governor of Massachusetts who are demoralizing the rest of us by thinking like, which of these morons should we place in the governor's chair for the next 4 years? When they don't know squat about the largest industry in the state. It just doesn't make any sense. Well, I want to thank Patrice Porter. My colleagues never quite know what to say when I find these kinds of articles. They don't want to believe them, but there it is in black and white. And I want to thank Gary Smith for coming up from Nova Scotia. He's always good value. And the great thing about Gary is he's become more and more cynical under my expert tutelage, and I take full credit for this development. Do you want to know the last word you want to say?
Yes. After sitting here as a monitor for a while, you do get to be a little cynical. That's for sure. And another great program.
This has been Dr. Jeffrey Lant with Gary Smith and Patrice Porter. I am the CEO of this fine company, have been for over 20 years. And I remind you of the immortal words of our hero, Cole Porter, in olden days, a glimpse of stocking was looked upon as something shocking, but now God knows anything goes every single day right here in this space, the longest running live internet program at www.worldprofit.com. If you can stand the heat, come and find out what we're saying in the kitchen. And with that happy note, I will go down and see you guys later. But for sure, 1 o'clock Eastern, tomorrow and every day.